Hello, my name is Dirk Meyer. I'm the music director of the Augusta Symphony, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to The Miller, even though it's just virtually at this time. As you all know, the pandemic has taken a terrible toll on arts organizations and venues, and The Miller is no exception. For the Symphony, this space is not just where we perform, it is our home. And while we are fortunate to still be able to perform here, the day-to-day operation at The Miller is far from business as usual. So before I hand it over to my colleague Catherine Garcia to tell you a little bit about the current state of affairs here at the theater, I would like to thank all of you for giving us a moment of your time today. If you're watching this, it means that The Miller is important to you, just like it is to us. And together, we can assure that this Augusta landmark will come out strong on the other side of this and is headed towards a bright future. Thank you so much for your support, and now off to Catherine Garcia.
Thanks, Dirk. Hi, I'm Catherine Garcia, and I serve as the Assistant General Manager of the Miller Theater here in Augusta, Georgia. The mission of the theater is to produce and promote high-quality entertainment meant to engage and educate our audiences. In support of this mission, our team aims to produce high-quality events in order to engage the quality of life in our community. Along with this, when you make the decision to come to the theater, we aim to provide excellent service to elevate the intentional experiences provided by the Miller Theater and the Augusta Symphony. The work towards these goals can be found in the numbers. Not only is a trip to the theater a great experience to those in attendance, but the ripple effects of this can be felt throughout the Augusta River region. Annually, the theater opens its doors to 55,000 guests from 13,000 unique zip codes. This brings in approximately $2.7 million in ticket revenue, which generates $215,000 in admissions taxes for the state of Georgia. I would be remiss if I did not mention the number of patrons that also visit neighboring restaurants, local attractions, and stay the night in our area hotels, and approximately 70% of our guests patronize another business in downtown Augusta during their visit to the theater. Along with being home of the Augusta Symphony, the Miller Theater welcomes international, national, and regional touring artists, which has landed the theater on Pollstar's Top 200 Theaters Worldwide list each quarter of our operation. This exciting trajectory came to a halt in March of 2020. Our part-time staff once consisted of 150 crew members, and our full-time staff faced furloughs and reductions as more than 60 shows canceled or were postponed due to COVID-19 restrictions. We are still working as creatively as possible, hosting community events alongside of our partners in order to continue to work towards the goals of our mission. While the theater has showcased rock shows, been the anchor of community parades, and even hosted the mayoral inauguration, there's still much to be done here at the theater. Not only in the theater space, but also in the Knox Music Institute, which opened in September of 2019. The Miller Theater was already a landmark here in Augusta, but the work that has been done over the past 3 years has helped to write the new history of the Miller Theater. I want to thank you for your support and patronage. And with your help, we can continue to write the history of the Miller Theater together.
Friends, I remember sitting in this balcony when these seats were dirty and torn and in disrepair. I remember thinking how grand it would be to have this theater come back to life. As I sit here today, I have those same feelings about how wonderful it will be to have you, the audience, return to these seats and enjoy live performances here at the Miller. When one time I asked back in 2018, just before the theater opened, how I felt, there was one word that came to mind, and really only one, and it was gratitude. Gratitude for the support you gave us, gratitude for the volunteers, for the dreamers, gratitude to Peter Knox. Because of your generosity, we were able to bring this building back to life, a renewed Miller Theater, to give life back to downtown Augusta, to have a home for the symphony, and also play host to dozens of other live performances that we've all enjoyed here at the Miller. There was nothing easy about bringing the Miller back. It was an ambitious plan, but we knew that, and you knew that. In fact, many of you gave financial support, not really knowing for sure whether it would happen or not. But it was your confidence and your trust that gave us the inspiration to continue on. Along the way, we faced huge challenges and problems, but at every juncture, we were able to find a solution and continue on. Today, we face a different sort of challenge. Theater operators across the country are battling to save their vital spaces with no revenues to offset expenses. It's a difficult time for live entertainment globally. We at the Miller are doing everything we can to reduce expenses, but there's a limit to what we can do. And with no revenue to offset expenses, we're depleting our resources. We project that really live performances in the Miller, full-time operations, will not resume until 8 to 12 months. Friends, we're coming to you today with a request, a different request this time. It's a request to sustain this theater and help us to raise the curtain once again. Your support was so vital early on in this project, and I'm sure that we'll meet your generosity once again. In fact, we've already begun to see that generosity. Two of our primary donors in the early part of the project have come forward and offered a $300,000 challenge gift. For every dollar you donate to the sustaining fund, they will contribute a dollar, up to $300,000. How awesome is that? We can't let such a generous offer escape us, and I know that we'll all come together and again raise the curtain at the Miller. Your gift, regardless of how small or large, will be leveraged and go a long way toward sustaining operations here at the Miller so that it'll be ready for performances once again. Back in 2012, early in the project, when we were facing a difficult problem, I happened to look down under my mailbox and saw a turtle climbing the curb, trying to get to the sidewalk. From my vantage point, he looked like he was doing a good job. He was halfway there. I snapped a picture of that turtle that day, and he became a mascot for our team and for the project from that point on. And every time we faced a challenge or were discouraged in some way, I would remind our team, if he can do it, if he can do it. Today, friends, we need that kind of confidence and assurance, and I know together we can do it. On behalf of the Miller and the Augusta Symphony, thank you for helping us raise the curtain.